Okay, so let's talk about the day Orlando Anderson dies. We'll start at the beginning of that story of where you, because I know like Ladd and Brennan and Reggie Sr. I think the briefing had just to start the day. They were just starting the day. It was like in afternoon. They just got out of briefing, and they says they were out in the parking lot and they heard the gunshots because it's only a few blocks away at the Rob's Car Wash where the shooting happened, and they immediately they thought someone was shooting at the high school.
Right. It was kind of weird. We were just on the back lot of the police department, Tim and I, and the other two gang officers, Gary and Richardson, and we're all talking to our boss, just standing on the back lot, right? All of a sudden, we hear multiple gunshots. It was coming from around Alondra and Acacia. Almost, we thought it was coming from the high school, you know, because Compton High is just right adjacent. So we run our cars and we drive down there.
Whenever there was a shortage of patrols, officers, we had to give patrol 1 day or 2 days a month in patrol. So that was my patrol day.
So your gang unit, but you'd have to go work patrol a couple days a month to make up for shortage. Gotcha.
That was my patrol day.
Yeah.
So that day I was in uniform working patrol. So I head over there. When I get there, there's people shot there, and the owner of the the car wash recognized me, and he tells me, "Hey, there are some guys just left here," and I think it was a Jimmy.
Yeah, it was like a Blazer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
The owner of the car wash calls it a Jimmy. So I recognized the Jimmy as that Blazer type, and he said they just left here. They went up the street. He pointed, I think the street right behind the high school. They left going eastbound on the street. So I start to follow them. As I get behind the car, I see the car stop on that street right at Acacia. I think that's Acacia, right before the railroad tracks. The car stopped there. I just pulled over to the curb.
So I'm flying down, and all of a sudden I see a guy out in the street. It turned out to be Michael flagging me down.
Michael Dorrough.
Dorrough. He knows my car. You know, everybody, the gang members, they know. So I see him flag me down, and I get out, and I'm smart enough to know shooting, Michael, where he is flagging me down, he involved in it. He got something to do with it. I don't know what. Maybe shooting. But anyway, I grab him, I get out the car, say, Mike. He said, Rez, they shot Lando.
Orlando's on the ground. He's already out of the car. He didn't I don't know if he fell out of the car or I'll pull him out of the car, but he's on the ground with the door open, the passenger side door open. He recognized me walking up to him, and he started to yell. Reggie was there, and Reggie said, deal with this. I'm gonna go to the car wash. Okay, so at the time he said, deal with this, I'm gonna go to the car wash. My partner pull up in our regular gang car. Ed Gary pull up, and he blocks traffic, and he asked me what's going on. I'm like, I know, I just got here too. And we started to talk with Orlando, and Orlando's screaming for me, hey, Cameo, come here. He wants to talk with me. I could see the fear in his eyes again. Now he's really afraid. He's fearful. And he's like, hey man, you think I'm gonna be all right? I'm like, I don't know, I'm not a paramedic. They're getting here, they'll be here in a second. They're coming, just hang on for a second, they'll be here in a minute. But I know he's shot, I think it was in the back, and most of the guys seen shot in that spleen, they don't do too well. They usually bleed out inside. And I can't tell him that, but I'm telling him I don't think you're gonna make it because you're probably bleeding inside because I don't see any blood coming out of him. But I know where it's going. The pool is bleeding up inside, and eventually it's gonna choke you out because you're not gonna be able to breathe. And but I can't tell him all that shit. So he's like, you're gonna be okay. And the guy wants to hold my hand. And but I think it's that report I told you about. He wants to hold my hand. Just come on, hold my hand. Tell me I'm gonna be okay. I'm like, I think you'll be okay. Just hang on.
And Ray, I could see him talking to Orlando on a gurney, saying something to Orlando, because I realized he wasn't dead because when I went and checked on him, and we called paramedics, he was alive, but they tried to do something at the scene, and then they put him on a gurney, and Ray talking to him.
We're talking, and the paramedics are looking at me all crazy and shit. So I'm telling them, and I been down and started telling him, man, look, I tell him straight up, just in case you're not gonna be okay, I don't think you wanna go to God with this on your conscience. you want to tell me about Tupac? Whatever happened up there in Vegas? He looked me in the eye and he don't take me serious because I don't think he's going to die. So he don't take me serious. And I tell him again, like, I don't think you want to go to, and Eddie's sitting there looking at me all crazy, like, oh, fuck you doing, man? It's like, I don't think you want to tell this. I don't think you want to go to God with this on your conscience. You know, I'm not preaching anything, but I do believe in God. I don't know if I want to go with something like this on my conscience. Anything you want to tell me about shooting in Tupac? Did you really kill that guy? I mean, you know, this was really a prominent guy, a rapper, and I think he had some great things going for the black community. Did you really kill this guy? And he looked at me, oh, fuck you, Cameo. I want to talk about you. Are you telling me I'm going to be okay? Pretty much what he said. I want to talk about me, not Tupac.
But he asked him, did you kill Tupac? And he said, fuck you, Cameo. Which would have been beautiful if he could have got that out, because it would have probably held up, you know, to do that.
He asked him straight out, hey, did you kill Tupac, whatever, right? He just looked right at him and then basically said, fuck you. And he died right there, so.
The last thing he said was, fuck you. Basically like that. Not in a disrespectful way. It was just the way he and I talked. But I didn't take it disrespectful. I just knew he wasn't going to tell me anything about that because in his mind, what if I live?
Right.
And I already...
You just confessed.
Yes. So he can't tell me that. And so he's still holding my hand when they put him on the gurney to take him to the hospital. So I walk him to the gurney. I'm like, man, I don't know. I'll come up and see you later. But he was gone by the time I had a chance to get there because we had to take Dorrough. Eddie and I had to store the car and take Dorrough to book Dorrough for the other two murders.
So we end up getting the full story about what happened. And I guess Orlando was up at Mom's Burgers, which is across the street from the car wash. And I guess he was up there and he'd been drinking because his auntie died, I believe.
His great-grandmother.
Grandmother, yeah. Somebody died. He was up all night drinking, and so he was going to go over to Mom's Burger, and then...
Everybody in Compton, from drug dealers, thugs, gangsters, judges, lawyers, doctors, cops, everybody visit Mom's Burger. That place was famous. That burgers was awesome.
And that's when he saw the Corner Pocket Crips sitting in the car over there, which is Michael Stone, his nephew, Jerry Stone, and Daniel Smith. They were sitting in the car, and these guys from Corner Pockets were some major players. And they had purchased some dope from the Southside Crips to DeAndre Smith and Orlando Anderson, and they didn't pay him for it. So he sees him, he's at the burger place, he sees him and he goes up and he picks up his best friend, Michael Dorrough, drives back to the neighborhood, then they drive back to Mom's Burger. Now they want to go confront him. So they drive up in the car wash and they both start getting out of the car. Michael Stone's a big dude, he's big guy, right? And so he starts to get out of the car. Orlando pulls a 9mm out and he starts shooting at Michael. Well, he's got a gun too. So he starts shooting back, right? And Orlando gets hit in the car and he falls in the car and Michael Dorrough picks up the gun and starts firing back at him, right? So they're having a gun battle go back and forth right back there. So Michael Stone gets hit, Jerry Stone gets hit, Orlando gets hit, and that's when they took off and he crashed down the street where Reggie found Orlando and Michael Dorrough. And so we had a triple homicide, basically.
So we get the road down to our office to interview him about the murders, and I give him this way out, but he won't take it. I'm like, hey, look, man, I'm gonna give you a way out. I'm gonna be better than your lawyer today. No lawyer can give you what I'm gonna give you. Hey, man, there's 2 dead guys out there at the car wash. There's a dead guy on his way to the hospital. It's your homie. Oh, he's not dead. Like I said, that's a dead guy on their way to the hospital. Well, he's not gonna die. Oh well. But I'm gonna give you a way out. 2 dead guys, 1 dead guy, 3 dead guys. Somebody got to pay for that shit. One live guy. Guess who's going to pay for that shit? You. So, in my book, 3 murders equal capital punishment. Unless you want to give up your life, I don't know. But I'm going to give you a way out of all this shit. Orlando, my homie, come to get me because those guys over there owe him money or whatever. They get in a shootout, and I'm telling Orlando, stop, don't do this dumbass shit. He do it anyway. Next thing I know, you guys drive up behind the car, and he's down there dying. And I don't want no parts of this shit. Walk the fuck out of here tonight. Maybe not tonight, but you can walk out here eventually. No, I can't do that, homie. That's my homie. Okay. His homie died. And I'm telling him, either you take this now or you never get this chance again. If you don't take it tonight, because once you do realize he's dead, no one's going to believe you anymore. But now, if you tell me now, I can put it on paper and I can present this to the DA.
Right.
Maybe it goes someplace, maybe it won't. But you got your story out there. Don't wait till it's too late. But he waited. He didn't want no parts of that deal. And I can understand why. And I told him, I respect you for that. But you defending the dead man.
Because he was afraid if Orlando makes it, now he's snitched on his best friend, basically.
Yes, not only him, but the whole neighborhood.
Right.
Now, that what you just said too, plus the respect of the neighborhood. How could you do that to your homie? His memory. But then, fuck your memory. Excuse my language. You want me to do life in prison or sit on death row for this shit? No, man, I can't do that. He's dead. And honestly, it wasn't a lie. Orlando did shoot those guys. So it wasn't a lie. Orlando Owl just got caught in the middle. But he played homie, he defended his homie to the end.
Right.
And I respect him for that because like you said, they grew up together.
Yeah.
But then me, personally, my partner Eddie, who's dead, me going to prison for like, Eddie, I love you, but I got to go home with my kids.
Right. I'm still here. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Dorrough got 3 life sentences. He'll never get out.
And I told him that night I told him. But he didn't want to hear it.
Yeah.
I told him there's 3 dead bodies and somebody got to pay for that. And even though your homie's going to die, you got to pay for that one too. Because that's in the commission of another murder. But I'm being better than your lawyer can ever be for you because he can't be here tonight.
Yeah, I'm offering you a deal he'll never be able to get you.
Exactly. And if he was here, I'm sure he'll tell you, idiot.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.